Hello guys, I'm Super Ron. Welcome back to the channel, and we are here at the new Autoshack. We've got some pretty cool cars in at the moment, so I thought I'd give you a little walk around today. So we are settling nicely here at the new premises, and the cool cars have started rolling in. We've got this 1992 Mk2 Escort Rs2000, and this thing is absolutely stunning. This is in mint condition. I don't know if it's been restored or it is just a time walk example, but this is stunning. It's come in because I had to look at a little water leak, and it's for an MOT now because we are now fully MOT ready over in the bay. And I managed to trace the water leak to a fitting that comes out of the block, and it's actually corroded all the way through. And as soon as I moved it, it broke. So we had to do a little bit of groundwork, a little bit of tapping, but we managed to save it. And now all leaks are sealed and it's ready for its MOT. I do love the Mk2 Rs2000. They look like a mini Cosworth with the headlights and the indicators down in the bumper. I am a big fan of these, and as you can see, this one is stunning all the way around. Even got a nice period correct 4-inch outwardly rolled stainless. Inside is just as tidy as the outside. Very cool 90s Ford. And I don't know if you can see it on the white paint, but the Rs2000 has the little bonnet bulges for the bigger engine. So it's for clearance at the top, is essential for the cam cover. So the water leak was down on this pipe down here that comes out of the block. The customer had already replaced the water pump thinking it was coming from there, but it's actually from the hose with that new Jubilee and that fitting that comes out there under the manifold. And this was the offending item. As you can see, it's just corroded out over the years. So I had to drill and tap and put a fitting in there. But now we are all sealed. Big fan of these. And underneath is just as clean as the outside. I'm not sure whether this has had like an underbody restoration or this is original, but you can see it is immaculate. It looks stunning under here. All genuine stuff everywhere. What a really nice example. Brand new cat on there as well. So the water leaks that we were finding were all up under there. You can see up in all the wheel arches. This is absolutely immaculate. Both sides, even around a filler cap. This is a pristine car, so it's been really nice to work on. And I am a big fan. And then over here, you can see another cool car. So this is a Mk2 Golf, sitting on air ride, looking very nice indeed. It looks black, but it's actually been resprayed in this really deep purple colour by the customer himself, and it is in with us to sort out this 20 valve turbo conversion. So this one is very typical of cars we've had in, like you've seen in the past. We've had Mk2 and Mk1 Golfs that came in mid-conversion or finished but not working conversion, and this was in the same state. Someone has put the engine in for him, but not done a very good job at all. This is an AGU engine which had the M3.8 management from a Mk4 Golf with the cable throttle body, narrow band lander, and generally old stuff. So it's been updated to a full ME 7.5 conversion. So it's got the drive-by-wire throttle body, it's got the lander, but it's not been done very well. It's got an ARY 180 brake ECU, but it had BAM 225 brake injectors. So it's majorly overfueling because every time the ECU thought it was putting a little squirt in, the BAM injectors were putting a massive squirt in. There was loads of boost leaks, loads of air leaks. The boost pipes rub on the alternator, the radiators have got leaks. So it just needs all going through. There's lots of wiring mess tucked under the scuttle. The ECU is just sitting up here in a bag all less than ideal. So this is just going to be a big check over, check how the conversion's gone in, much like I did the white Mk2 that you saw in a previous episode, and get stuck into the wiring and just get rid of everything that's not needed. It is your usual conversion where the entire wiring loom has been tucked up in the scuttle. Everything is up here, not where it's supposed to be. We've got lambda wires, we've got all the normal conversion plugs. Everything is just bundled up and tucked under the scuttle. Just like the white Caddy I had to do down at the G unit, everything has been run off the ignition live. So the relay that controls the coils doesn't actually control the coils. Everything is just run off an ignition live. So most of that can be cut out and got rid of. Everything needs correcting. Everything needs connecting up like it should. We've got lots more wiring to sort out in here, like with the ignition on. The fuel pump is running all the time. And that was a big issue on this because when I got it up on the ramp, I saw all the fuel lines were all cracked. They're the original ones at the back. So obviously 30 years old, they were all cracked and perished. But what that does mean is if the ECU controls the fuel pump, as soon as the engine stops, the fuel pump stops as well. So it stops pumping fuel. If one of those fuel lines had split, the engine would have stopped. But because it's on an ignition live, the fuel would have continuously been pumping out of that all on the underneath of the car. A little bit of a fire hazard. So that is why the ECU always controls the fuel pump. So when the engine stops, the fuel pump stops for that exact reason. And on this car, with those fuel lines, that could have been a disaster. And then the engine bay is going to be just as nice as the rest of the car and will complement it nicely, along with a nice bit of power. And of course, we've still got the Caddy. And the Caddy is, of course, the main car you see on the channel. Our 1.8 litre from a turbocharged Audi TT slide into a Mk1 bay. And not only that, built to full show spec. We've resprayed the engine bay, painted all the engine up, gone above and beyond for everything. We're all AN fuel lines all the way through. Everything is painted and powder coated, custom intercooler, custom boost lines. Now I'm on my favourite task of wiring it up. So that is what video you're going to see next week, getting all this spaghetti in the right places. So it looks a lot neater than in the Mk2. Because in this, our scuttle panel is going to be completely empty. The engine bay is going to be completely empty. Everything is going to be to super on spec. I've still got to make the brake lines as well because we've got our Porsche brakes on there. So there's still plenty of videos coming on the Caddy. And then over here, this is our MOT bay. So we are full MOT ready now. We've got our brand new brake rollers in. And I made these big squares to go around so they all look a bit more finished rather than a big gaping hole around them. And on the ramp at the moment is this Trabant. You saw this in the moving episode because this was at old Autoshack. And I've been doing lots of work on this week. We've just put new brakes all around because the brakes were seized off. But these are quite a funny little thing. This is a Trabant 601S and it is a 2-cylinder, 2-stroke engine. The fuel tank is in here. It's more or less like a motorbike, just with 4 wheels. There you can see it is air-cooled, twin-cylinder, but in a little car. Inside is quite funny as well. Very small little car. The pedals are offset right over from the seat, so it's quite entertaining to drive. And also, it's got a full H-pattern gearbox on the stalk. So this is quite a contraption to drive. But I've just done the full service, which consisted of changing the spark plugs, done the full brake service, so we are branded Super on the front and the rear. And now it's ready for its MOT. We've just put a full clean 2-stroke mixture in and it starts absolutely lovely. And it sounds like a chainsaw. also, just like a motorbike, it's got a fuel tap in here as well. So there's no fuel gauge. You've just got on, off and reserve. And the other thing I found, this is a pumper for the squirters, for the windscreen. So you actually have to pump it to wash your windscreen. Very funny little car. And we are using our Aladdin's Den that we cleared out as our actual storage now. So everything is organised. Everything is where we know it is. Much better than before. And we've got our as new injector cleaner, so we can clean and service and test all types of injectors, all in-house. So if you just need that as a job on its own, we can help you there as well. And just like a two-stroke motorbike, we've now got a haze of mist in the workshop. So I thought, as I hadn't had a proper project video out this week, I'd just give you a little walk around in the workshop to show you what we've got in. As you can see here in Autoshack, we have from one end to the other of the range of cars, from show cars to projects to iconic cars to the weird and wacky in the background there. I hope you've enjoyed this little walk around. Even though I only filmed doing the Caddy project, I do actually work on a lot of other cars around the workshop during the week. So if you like these little quick walk arounds, let me know and I'll start showing you more and more what we have in the workshop. But next week, we are back on the Caddy. I've been going through the wiring. I've got some bits done already and more progress to come. So that'll be next week's video. So make sure you tune in for them. Make sure you give this video a like and let me know down in the comments if you would like to see more workshop walkarounds. So until next time, make sure you have fun.